Any minute, more missile strikes, maybe nearly a year to the day after the last round, with President Trump now promising a decision fast.
We'll be making some major decisions over the next 24 to 48 hours. We're talking about humanity, and it can't be allowed to happen.
Nothing's off the table, he says, blaming Animal Assad, his new nickname for the Syrian president, and notably putting not just Iran, but Russia on notice.
If it's Russia, if it's Syria, if it's Iran.
For the deaths of dozens of civilians outside Damascus. In some of his strongest terms yet, the president's calling out Vladimir Putin.
Does Putin bear responsibility for this?
He may. And if he does, it's going to be very tough.
But last April, a similar attack, similar horrific images, and a similar warning.
These heinous actions by the Assad regime cannot be tolerated.
Back then, the president fired 59 Tomahawk missiles on an empty Syrian airstrip. A strike meant to stop the regime from gassing its own people. Assad struck again anyway.
Is the White House worried that Assad is now making a mockery of President Trump's threats?
Not at all. What our concern is about is the fact that the Assad regime has taken an outrageous action.
The White House dismissing critics who point to these remarks from the president last week.
We'll be coming out of Syria very soon.
Some, like Republican Senator John McCain, worry that emboldened Assad. Now, a president reluctant to keep the U.S. military involved perhaps perceives no choice. Hallie Jackson, NBC News, the White House.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.